Hey y'all, and welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Dr. Nina, and today we keeping up with that self-improvement and self-growth. Now look, I know all of us are busy, and some of us are actually busy because some of us say we busy but we not. But a part of being a busy woman is making sure from head to toe we've taken care of our skincare, body care, and we're really giving our body what it needs because it helps us mentally, spiritually, physically, and emotionally overall. So today's video is really going to help with that because I know you don't have a lot of time. I don't either. So this is going to reinforce some of the things that we should do from morning until night, from head to toe, in order to help us maintain our best selves. And don't worry, I got you locked and loaded. Down in the description box, I'll be linking all my favorites that really help with this process. And also I want to hear some of your favorites from you, y'all. I need your engagement. Tell me what you're doing for yourself. What are you really getting into now? What are your new products? What are some of the things you're loving? And do you use some of the things I do? I've also added a free treat for you. Don't say I never did nothing for you down in the description, which is my self-care checklist. It's just a checklist that helps you with your daily, weekly, and monthly needs and some of the easy things you can reach for in order to help yourself feel better. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Because we all on a busy schedule, today's video, I'm gonna make sure that I mention all the products that I'm using the most in my rotation. Not the ones that I'm just trying here and there, but definitely the ones that pop up in most of my routines during most of the year. Now, before we start my busy sis, there are some holy grail rules that I think every busy woman needs to know. Rule 1, know what's in your skincare closet. 2, understand your skin type. 3, stick with the skincare routine and only change it when necessary, like around the changing season. 4, separate face care from body care. 5, use those multitasking products, like things that have moisturizer and a sunscreen in them. 6, always wear your sunscreen. And 7, remember, healthy skin, not perfect skin. You got them? Let's get started with the best point of the skincare routine, the morning. The part that gets you started off right. It brings you into the world, literally. I normally wake up and wash my face lightly and then I get a workout in. But then after that is when the real skin process and the magic begins. So my step 1 is always going to be to start with a cleanser. You ain't gonna get nothing good from nothing that ain't clean, okay? Cleanliness is next to godliness. And when you have clean skin, you're gonna make sure that you lay your products down well and that your skin can absorb them. So I always start with that. And even after a workout, I'm going to do something like a double cleanse. I want to make sure I get off all the grit, grime, dirt, hair products, and everything that could be lurking. Y'all pick up what I'm putting down, right? So I like to make sure and wash first, rinse off, wash again, and rinse off. And then I can proceed with the rest of my products. So what are some of the products I'm rotating here? There's 3 key ones that I use the most at right now. Panoxyl, hands down, baby. It zaps the acne and it controls the oil production. The great thing about it, they have a 4% version and a 10% version. 4% is just fine for me. I'm pregnant right now, so I cannot use the 10% because it's too potent, but it really does help with cutting down a lot of the oil, too much of that production that can cause breakout. I usually use it or rotate them based on what I'm needing at the time. Sometimes my skin is a little bit more sensitive or a little less. One is more thick and creamy. The 10% is a lot more foamy and a little thinner. The Tula wash helps to maintain my skin balance while also making sure that my skin stays hydrated. I love it because it doesn't strip my skin. I love the scent of it as well. After I use it, my skin feels so fresh and so clean, and the lather on it is really good. Impurity Made Simple is an oldie but goodie that y'all have seen around here several times, but I always return to that one, especially when my skin is acting up, just to balance it back out. But it's great for skin conditioning. It doesn't have high levels of those active ingredients, so whenever my skin just needs a gentle cleanser, Purity Made Simple works perfectly. So cleansing is always your first step. In my step 2, I always tone my skin faithfully. Not only does it hydrate, but it also rebalances the pH in your skin. Now, the old school ones like Sea Breeze, okay, they still around, baby, and they still work. They will dry you out like a brick. Thayer's Witch Hazel, hands down, is one that I always return to. It balances the skin, but also it helps to reduce that pore size while hydrating. So I always notice that my skin feels tighter and more supple when I'm using it. The MRO, or Mary Ruth's Organics Probiotic Spray, good for rebalancing and rehydrating the skin, but also reducing inflammation. So when I say inflammation, anytime I have something on my skin that I can't really express why it's happening, like I get mosquito bites on my face, I get all kinds of stuff. So inflammation of any kind, it really helps to soothe it. Stone Crop Hydrating Mist, y'all, I love it because it really helps with my dark spots and marks. I was put onto this like 5 years ago. Y'all have seen me talk about it all across my channel. It's a little more pricey, and so I tried to give y'all ones that have different price ranges. I spray my skin skin maybe 2 to 3 times when I use it each time to help with those dark mark scars and hyperpigmentation. Step 3 is my serums and targeted spot treatments. And when I pull these out, I'm usually doing things for firmness, fine lines, dark spots correctors. The one I've sworn by for years is the True Skin Vitamin C Serum. Love this one because it packs a punch. It helps to brighten and moisturize, but also cuts down on discoloration. So it helps with those dark mark scars in other areas. And I notice when I'm using it and when I'm not using it, there is a big difference in my skin. The Tula serum is amazing because it not only feels like it hydrates, but it keeps the skin firm. When I say firmness, I just feel like my skin takes on a better look. When I massage it in well and I'm taking time with it, and at times that I'm using it the most, it works so well. And right now in pregnancy, I've been mainly using the Tula line. Step 4 is the Mighty Moisturizers and eye creams. And these are going to keep your skin supple while keeping it from getting dry and ashy and cracked while sealing in all the goodness. Now with moisturizers, I'm careful. I want to say this as a busy woman, you can't just slap the moisture on. You want to make sure you're rubbing your skin upward to keep your skin nice, tight, and firm. Something else I've been doing with eye creams is putting them in the middle as well. That's because my esthetician taught me that. But also here in the middle, I massage it in. Skin been looking real tight right there, okay? Renewed Hope in a Jar has been one of my oldies but goodies. It's clean and it's vegan and it's proven scientifically to help hydrate and moisturize the skin and relieve it of wrinkles and dryness. And when I tell y'all, when I'm using it, I usually do not have to use nothing for the rest of the day because it's going to keep my skin very hydrated. The Tula 24/7 moisturizing day and night cream is exactly that. It's great for day or night. It's light and it's not greasy, so it doesn't leave me weighed down even before bed. When my skin is dull and not acting right, if I want to get that brightening effect in there, throw some Tula in there. Now it does get a little pricey, but it works amazingly. Now still with the spirit of Tula, the Rose Glow and Get It eye cream, y'all. Now this one is easy because it looks like a little lipstick. So when it comes out, you literally just run it across your eyes. It also makes it so easy to be gentle on your skin, but it just wakes those eyes up. So not only is it made of great ingredients, it helps with wrinkles and fine lines, and it has caffeine to wake up the eyes. So when I use it in the morning, especially when my eyes look more tired, I look more alive. And finally, the Retinol Correction eye cream. This one specifically is good to me for the dark marks and also the darkness around the eyes and the puffiness. It is really good at relieving that, and I cannot wait until I can start using retinol again. But for it to be a drugstore product, it is so convenient and it works really well. Step 5 is good old sunscreen, which is good for all of us. I don't care how dark the hues of your tones of your skin go. We all need sunscreen. So the ones that I mentioned here are ones that I found that on my skin do not cause a cast. They don't leave me looking white. They don't come through my lotions, and they're not hard to layer with makeup. So y'all, Black Girl sunscreen is filled with jojoba, avocado, and cacao. It's lightweight. It mixes well with any of my products, and I don't find that it leaves a cast. It is marketed for people and women of color, but I can say that it probably can be used by anyone, especially if you don't want that cast showing through all of your different products or your makeup or things like that. I haven't had any problems with running. It's so lightweight, and I've used it on and off for years since it was released. There's the Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen and their Glow Stick, and y'all, I've talked about them for years as well. Vegan, lightweight, also matte. So the Unseen Sunscreen, I love it. It almost feels like a primer. So even though my skin gets very oily with that Unseen Sunscreen, baby, you can mattify that skin, lay that makeup on, and it feels so good. And I do find that it protects my skin very well. So now we're gonna join that body care with morning and night, because I figured that a lot of my body care is pretty much the same if I'm going to take a shower in the daytime or in the nighttime. For me, it includes 3 washes, okay? I'm saying I cleanse my body at least 3 times thoroughly in order to make sure that it is fully cleansed, especially if I'm doing things like shaving or using a scrub. I like to make sure that my skin is completely cleansed and it still does not leave me stripped, especially if I'm using moisturizing agents in order to cleanse my skin. So that is just my way. Use your own. So step 1, as I mentioned, is the cleanser. Lately, I've been rocking with Dove. It's just easy, it's simple, and most of them are quite more pure or easier to use. And I find scents that aren't overpowering that leave my skin feeling really good. So Dove has really come in clutch. Hyba Cleanse is an antimicrobial soap, and it really does help to kill the bacteria on the skin. For those of you all that know, I do have hidradenitis suppurativa that has been quite inactive since my earlier 20s. However, from time to time have gotten little bitty glimpses of HS. And if you know anything about HS, it is uncomfortable no matter what. So HypoCleanse is really good with making sure that the bacteria is cleansed completely off of my skin, or anytime my skin is starting to feel out of whack. There's also the Dr. Bronner's Pure Castile soap, which has a lot of different types, from peppermint to lavender to others. And I really do love the lavender, and we have the peppermint, and we've used the eucalyptus. And I love those because they are complete cleansers and they leave my skin feeling so good and clean. 3 of those, believe it or not, they're not cheap, but they're cost effective and they do last you a while. So there are quite a few exfoliations that I use when it comes to my body. Mainly I'm sticking with physical and chemical, and I'm gonna get back to face ones because I only use those weekly. Basically, I love the African sponge because I use it daily. It's gentle enough, but yet it does have enough cleansing properties that it helps with exfoliation. You can wash them in the washing machine to keep them very nice and clean. Using them has really changed my skin. The darkness of my elbows and my knees, it just keeps them scrubbed really nicely and they don't feel rough. My deep exfoliating mitt is another one that is cost efficient, cost effective. It lasts really good for whenever I need some deep exfoliation, and I can just use a little product with it in order to go over my body, and it leaves me feeling so soothed and my skin just feels so nice and supple as well as soft. And then there's the Pacifica Underarm Detox Scrub, and it's got charcoal. And I love this one. Y'all know I've used it over the years, and it's really for your underarms, but I tend to use it wherever I want to. But y'all, it's just an amazing scrub and it feels so good, especially from those armpits, especially if you use like more natural deodorants. It's good for resetting the underarms. Step 3 is my body spot treatment. I use the Paula's Choice Back and Body Clear. Y'all, this stuff is amazing. I love it because whenever I have a breakout on my body, which doesn't happen often, I do like this one because whenever I think I showed y'all I had like a little breakout across my neck, it is almost completely gone. And I've been using pretty much just that as a treatment. Of course, moisturizers, but as a treatment, and it works really well across the body. And step 4 is my body moisturizers. Eucerin Advanced Body Repair Lotion is amazing, thick and rich, and you can get it at different moisture levels. I use it at very deep moisture levels, as high as I can possibly get them, because I do sometimes get small bouts of eczema, and Eucerin is the one that knocks it all out. And there's also the Nivea Essentially, and Sean loves this the most, but I also find myself using it because he has it. So it smells heavenly, and it's also rich enough to coat the skin. It's not quite as thick as the Eucerin, and it does have a smell unlike the Eucerin. And there's also body oils. In one of my recent videos, I showed y'all the body oil mix, and I have so many of them, but my favorite is the one that I recently showed y'all. I will make sure that I link that video so you're able to see it, and I will include the ingredients from that body oil mix down below. It's quite simple. Make sure you check that out. So y'all, for a nighttime skincare routine, it's all about repair and rejuvenation. Yes, R&R. Whenever I think about the daytime, it's about bringing me into the world, but at night, it's about making sure that my skin has the chance to regenerate those cells, get the things back into its body that it needs. Also, think about it this way. It's the longest you pretty much go with undisturbed skin, without you touching it, without you messing with the products on your body. So it's giving it time to rejuvenate. So the products are pretty much the same, but the process is a little bit different for me. So step 1 involves a makeup and SPF removal of anything on my face. So I'm gonna make sure the sunscreen is gone and all the makeup is gone. So I usually start off with those Clean Skin Club towels. They are so good. The XL towels, they are better. I hate to say it, they are better than paper towels. The reason why is because they're softening and they're made specifically for skin. Of course, I still use paper towels, but for taking off my makeup, I love these because I'm able to pair it with Bioderma. Bioderma is a micellar water that I really like. It's like my favorite micellar water right now because it takes everything off. And just using these two together really does do the trick with getting all the residue off my face before I prepare to wash and cleanse properly. With step 2, I'm able to get into my cleanser just like before. Step 3 is targeted spot treatments and serums. And with this one, especially when I'm able to use retinols, that's about the only things that change. I still use a lot of my same serums. Now I've been using the Tula instead of retinols, but retinols are great because they help to rejuvenate the skin overnight and help with that cell turnover. Step 4 are those moisturizers and eye cream. Same thing here. Use usually for me when I'm not pregnant, I'm using the ones with retinols. And step 5 is occasional face oil and lip masks. So the Laneige lip sleeping mask, we know that that has antioxidants in it, and if you've ever used it, it's majorly moisturizing, and I absolutely love it. It keeps my lips nice, supple, and moisturized overnight. Now, I mentioned all these different routines from body to skin, but I also wanted to mention some of the things I do weekly that don't necessarily happen in my process on a daily basis. Now, the procedure for weekly things is really good for you, especially if you need every now and again touch-ups to your skin, things that you could do in between if you're going to an esthetician or a dermatologist, things that help to keep your skin together within that time, or even if you're taking care of your skin on your own. These are just things that help to enhance your skincare and body care routine. So one thing that I do is steaming. I try to do it 1 to 2 times a week. What is great about steaming is it really does help to open up those pores. I just feel like my skin is starting to take in more of the nutrients from a lot of the items that I use, and I've been steaming for years. One of my favorites is my Nano Ionic Facial Steamer. It's probably my favorite right now. This one doubles as a towel warmer, but also it just gets the steam straight to where it needs to go without burning my face off. Exfoliation, just like on the body, is quite essential on the face, but it's just not needed as often. So I've cut down to maybe 1 to 2 times a week. And I'm using either chemical or a physical exfoliant. The Tula Blackhead Scrub is amazing, y'all. It smells so good. It smells like candy, like you can eat it. What I love about it is it really has helped to reduce the amount of blackheads that I've seen, and this is proven because even going to my esthetician, and when I haven't been using it, there's a definite difference in my T-zone. So more specifically in my T-zone area, where I get a lot of, if you can relate, let me know, but I get a lot of the clogged pores, and also has to be a lot of extractions of blackheads. But when I'm using that one, it really does cut down on all of that. The last one is masks, and the Neutrogena Hydrogen or Hydrating Boost. Y'all, that mask is amazing. It is a steal for what it does. It just leaves my skin feeling so hydrated, especially when it's feeling drier or when certain areas of my skin are getting dry, because I have combination skin. So there you have it. There's a comprehensive list of things that you can pull from. So if you're trying to perfect your skincare routine from head to toe, you got it. And baby, it's for us busy women that still want to look good. Look like we took a long time, but we ain't got the time to take a long time. So take a look at some of those items. I've already put a good list together for you. Also, I want to hear from you. Share with me some of the things that you're using in your skincare routine, and let me know if we overlap on some of those things. Make sure that you comment, share this video with someone who can use it, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. Beautiful brown baby doll. Peace.